10th versus 8th wouldn't be much on the Richter scale for an important game, particularly this stage of the year, but that's none the otherwise, because today it's an opportunity for the Goodwood Saints to stay up on the top tier of Division 1 football of Adelaide Footy League as they take on the home team, Old Ignatians, who are in 10th position. They've only won one game, and that was by an issue, let's say, of a player who wasn't meant to be playing for St Peter's back in the first round of this all-out schedule for each team playing each other. It gives me great pleasure this afternoon to welcome everyone from across the world and around Australia to today's game between 10th place Old Ignatians and Goodwood Saints, 8th on the ladder. This one's going to be a blockbuster, because if Goodwood Saints are going to stay up in this top tier, which they've done so for 30 years, they basically need to win today. So it's a mini-finals game for them. Welcome everyone to the Rolton Oval. It is going to be a messy game at ground level. There's been plenty of rain this morning, slippery conditions. And my name is Matt Garr. Welcoming this afternoon is Nathan Woods to the call. Welcome, Nathan.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, looking forward to today's game. As you said, slippery conditions, but a lot on the line for Goody Saints. And Iggy's as well would love to get a win at their home ground today. So, yeah, although it's 8v10, as you said, still a lot on riding on this game for Goodwood Saints especially.
Yeah, old Iggy's definitely going down to Division 2 next year, and Darryl Spencer's had a tough year at the helm, coaching the old Iggy's team this year. They did win one game by default, as we mentioned. There was a player who was not registered for St Peter's. I think you have to play 25 games as an old collegiate, and he played for Westminster. So that particular player, who was in the state game by round, came in from West Adelaide Reserves, an East Arnhem Aboriginal lad, and they dragged him by three-quarter time. But I think the damage had already been done, and the cleric, whoever, had been obviously exposed. So it's all on the line today for Goodwood Saints. They've been in the top tier for 30 years, and they need to get that win. Nathan, we'll go straight over to you. Today's game day sponsor for this round 16 clash here at Rolton is Programs to Fit. Let's get some background information on that company.
So yeah, Programs to Fit deliver a fantastic range of team development, teamwork and team performance-based workshops for clubs, teams and individuals at all levels. They present a large suite of topics with a focus on important components of preparation, performance and recovery, mental application and fitness, and also physical and nutritional needs.
Thanks, Nathan. Been out to the ground a little bit earlier during the half-time of the Magoos, and those that from Old Iggy's, please look away now, because the Magoos was a pretty messy affair. 21-15, 141 in favour of the away team, the Goodwood Saints, and only won 1-7. So a whopping 134-point victory to the Goodwood Saints Magoos. The cricket pitch itself is actually quite soft and a little bit slippery. There's plenty of mud patches around. The initial surface is quite soft, and it will be slippery at ground level. Carol's 12.9 degrees. We're expecting the top of 14, and there is a slight breeze, and there's a 13 knot west-southwesterly that shouldn't affect either team. We've seen goals scored at both ends of the ground so far this afternoon. Let's move on to our sponsors, Nathan.
So the Adelaide Footy League, obviously, Buddy Bet, gamble responsibly, the scoreboard through Sportal, and our stats with Dartfish.
And Farmers Leap Winery. I had the pleasure of handing out the Farmers Leap Winery Padthel Coach of the Week award to Luke Barmby from the Golden Grove Footy Club. The Kookaburras are absolutely on fire out there, winning 6 of their past 6 games by 72 points as an average across the board. And the winner of that Coach of the Week receives 2 bottles of Random Shot 2020 wines, 1 Shiraz and 1 Cab Sav. And those coaches can win from any division throughout the league. The Archie Thongs, if you haven't got yourself a pair, give yourself a massage with a pair of Archie Thongs. Roll the dice for the Media Player of the Year award, who will get a 5% share of a horse worth $7,500. That horse is in training. Maybe a little slight dash at a spring carnival coming up for that particular horse. And of course, Banner Crew. Thank you to Banner Crew as well, who've been outstanding throughout the year. The Bianco Mark of the Week wins a $100 voucher, and the ORTC Goal of the Week also wins a $50 voucher. So big thank you to all of our sponsors, and also to Filming Footy and Sports Interactive, our broadcast partners. Now let's move along to Buddy Bet. Please gamble responsibly for those viewers at home. Nathan, who's your Buddy Bet going live this afternoon?
I do like Goodwood today. I think there's just so much on the line for them. They've got some big bodies around the ball, which will suit these conditions. And both Ferraris not playing for Iggy's. They're normally in their best players when they both play. So Hugh playing for Port, he's played there for a bit lately, and Will's obviously injured. So I think Goodies will win well. So I'll go over 39 Goodwood.
And I'm actually going to go under 39, which is solely reliant on the weather, Nathan. Yeah. And there is a fairly decent forecast for 2 to 8 mils. I'm hoping it's more on the 8 mil side, and it's all drenched and it's all over by the time we hit the car park. So, but I'm hoping it's a much tighter affair. And Old Iggy's can leak goals, and they generally leak goals in one quarter, and they're competitive for 2 or 3 quarters out of the match, and generally win a quarter on the scoreboard. So let's hope for my bet for Buddy, that's the case, but certainly the writing could be on the wall in your essence of your selection. So remember, gambling responsibility for Buddy Bet this afternoon. Nathan, what are you looking forward to this afternoon in this big clash?
I like the look of Cleland up forward. He played quite a good game when I saw him play earlier in the year. So, but yeah, just midfield battle will be good. Plenty of good midfielders for Goodwood Saints today. So, and then there's young Quinn Spencer. He's got quite a lot of talent. He played quite well when I saw him last play. So looking forward to see him there. And Hodges and Alfred also, they give a bit up forward and in the ruck. So plenty to look forward to. Louis Whitelock, I enjoy watching him play. A nice left footer. Charlie Pridham, I've been impressed with some of his game. He'll be buzzing around in the midfield and on that little left foot, and he will get plenty of the ball. So, yeah, plenty to look forward to. What about yourself, Matt?
Yeah, I think you wrapped it up pretty well. There's some exciting battles across the ground. I'm actually looking forward to little Charlie Pridham, the little jockey these conditions suit, and I think he'll be on that left peg about 25 times this afternoon. But looking forward to James Kennedy. I work with James, and he's a magnificent cook, and he does our hospitality teaching at our school. And the last time we commentated out here, he did have a fairly lengthy breeze behind his back. He kicked to the southern end and drew one from the centre circle, which went tumble punt over tumble punt, quite a lengthy distance of that inside 50. So players just settling into positions. Caught up with Daryl Spencer earlier before the game kicked off, and he mentioned that on a corresponding clash last year, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, 9 players from this team were playing C grade last year, and there's 4 straight out of the college. So shows you the telltale sign that depth has been a concern, and there's been a high turnover of personnel last pre-season. So it'll be interesting to see how they hold up, because we don't want Old Iggy's going into free-for-all in the next couple of seasons, that's for sure. So it looks like Old Iggy's will kick to the southern end, and let's get it underway. So Matthias into the side, and Kennedy's swamped. So Kennedy's been playing that tall utility in the middle, playing behind the ruckman's hand, and he gets his hands on it first. Good tap there, ball comes to ground. Nice work there by Hateman, the vice-captain. Pushes the ball forward, tries to follow up on his initial hand pass. Good work there at ground levels there, Serene. He gets thrown out of it, Serene. Probably deserved the free kick. Wasn't seen, and the umpire says, I'll have that one, boys. So it's definitely going to be an arm wrestle at times, and you wouldn't want your players hand passing more than once on today's surface. Quick kick out of there from Johnson, who's featured in the best players 6 out of 9 games, which is a pretty good track record. Ball comes to ground. Old Iggy's quickly whack it on the boot. Some skillful work there by Lou Whitelock, but he's given away the free kick. There'll be a free kick on that far side.
So, outer wing, Iggy's player there's kicked straight into the man on the mark. Certainly something that I disliked in my coaching days. The Cardinals sin, you don't like that. So the ball's going to be thrown in now. So Matthias down near Horner there, just bounces past him. Kennedy picks the ball up, turns around, but handball goes astray. Now Horner comes through the middle for Iggy's. He pumps it down. Goodwood Saints player in front there was Gray. Wrapped up there was Luders. Now the ball comes out Pridham. Handballs over into the middle here. Slippery ball in the middle. Might have been held without it there. Play-ons are cool. Oscar Rice is there. Now the ball spills out. Has an airy Mason Ellis. Scrappy play. I think we're going to see a lot of this today. A lot of stoppages. And no one could quite get a clean possession or a kick there. So there'll be a throw up or ball up. It's around the 50-metre mark for Iggy's. Serene picks the ball up. Quick handball. Flick forward. So the ball comes out now. Working hard, Serene. Goody's trying to get it out of it deep in their pocket now. So Jesse Johnson, a beautiful kick out wide. Goodies are away now. Through Gray. Gray pumps it forward. Chasing after that's Connor Fairley. He picks the ball up. Has a ping from about 40. This could slide on. Looks pretty good. It's through. Great goal. Goodies, one end to the other. Worked it out well. A beautiful kick. Transition kick out wide. And Goodwood Saints move that from coast to coast, and they're on the board with their first with some good play.
Excellent signs there from Goodwood, just switching from defence there, and it was a terrific ball movement. And all you know, that one over the top, Connor Fairley using all of his talent, the former West Adelaide product. And danger signs early as Carl Hodges leaves the ground with an injury concern. Looks like a corky, so hopefully we'll see him back a little bit later, but great start there by Goodwood as they hit the scoreboard through fairly. So back to the middle, Mateus new into the side, goes with the left paw. Some good work there by, some solid bodies going in, good work there by McCarthy. Kennedy gets his quick kick out of the centre, no one at home, lands on the chest of Luders. Interesting to see if he's any relation to the great high-flying Roger. Goes out to Serene on that far side, kicks inside 50, and leading out from full back as if he was the full forward. A terrific mark. So they do have the switch on. Edward Shaw on the 45, ignores both of those. Lands on the chest of McCarthy. Can get hot-headed McCarthy if things can go against him. Started well, he's playing as an extra tall midfielder. Kicks down the line, looking for a target. No mark play on, calls the umpire. And can we see this ball coming out? They're just piling on. It slowly comes out of the contest. And a fortuitous hand pass goes in the way of Thomas Ryan. There's a kick inside 50. Comes out the back there to Jesse Johnson, was the major contributor in that last set of play that got them the last goal. And it's a mark on that far side. It looks like to Serene. Looks inboard on the 45. Beautiful kick. Finds the chest of Oliver Johnson. He started well. They've got a switch on. Also got the 45 kick on. So Jesse Johnson doing all the work back there. Started significantly well. They do have that switch on again, and they do use it this time. It goes to Thomas Lynch. He was impressive in the last game we called for them, and they played Sacred Heart. Get a kick down the line here. Strong, beautiful kick. Lands on the chest of Scara. Scara plays on quickly, drills inside 50. Wide option. And Fairley looks like he's pushed in the back. And the recipient of the free kick will be Noah Layden.
So Layden is going to switch it across on the left boot. Good kick. Goody's trying to get numbers here to keep it in the forward line. So he bombs the ball out wide. Leading over there was Dan Tokia. He's wrapped up in a tackle. And the ball's going to go out of bounds on the outer wing, probably 70 metres out from the Goodies goal. So good start here for Goodies. So Ruckman go at it. Good tap by Matthias. Ball spills out there to Heitman, I think it was. And his handball goes astray, and it will have another throw in around the same stage as the last one, same area. So we played 6 minutes here. Goodwood won straight, 6. Iggy's yet to score. So ball's thrown in. Goody Saints guys met heavily there by 2. Sandwiched he was, but they get it out. Pridham on the left boot. Kicks it inside 50. Big leap there by Angus Rayner. Charging in there, committing the body. Was one of the Goodies players there. So you can see there's a bit on the line there. Some players going in pretty hard here. intensity's up early in this game. So throw up, around 50 metres out from Goody's goal. Handball comes out there to Anderson. Picked up by Whitelock. His handball goes straight into the hands of... There's a few with the ponytails out there. I get confused with that. There's Kennedy, there's the ruckman there, Tim Big. So the ball's pumped forward into Goody's forward line, and it's going to beat the two players out of bounds. Yeah, so it's going to be last possession actually. So Iggy's now trying to get it out of their defensive 50. A lot of players on this grandstand wing. Kicks the ball to McCarthy. Over the back though, it is Max Alfred who takes the mark. So Alfred gives a little handball down the line here. Horner's there, and he was just caught behind, and he belts that out of bounds, or was out on the full. So Scarra. No, sorry, Ryan Gray. He's started quite well. Gray's going to pump it back in around the 50, and well spoiled away there from Leyden, and there'll be a throw in around 60 metres from Goody's goal.
So good start here by Goodwood. Ball's mainstay has been in their forward half. It's been a consistent theme so far. So Big taps down. It looks like we'll have a repeat ball up.
Could be an over or under stoppage count today, couldn't there? I wonder what that would be set at, Matt.
Yeah, good work there by Big, coming from the back, and instantly lands on the chest of McCarthy, and another repeat ball up. So ball enters towards the boundary line. Some good work there by Heitman. Heitman kicks inside 50, looking for a target. A 1-on-2 contest. Some good work here at the back. No mark paid. Good work by Cleland. Could have been done for holding the ball. He also could have been holding on. Brilliant smother at ground level by Ellis. Still can't get clean possession. And some good work there, mopping up in defence. Well, that's holding the ball. So, tried to take on one too many players. Ridgewell plays on quickly. Beautiful mark. Smart play by Ridgewell. Summed up the scenario really, really quickly, and finds Big Cleland. So Cleland played most of the first half of the season in the ruck, and he's played more predominantly forward in the second half of the year. He's their leading goal kicker of the year, and he will line up for goal number 14, 20 metres straight in front. And as they say, later in the day, they don't get any smaller. Well, that's certainly the case in the first quarter. So a tough match-up. Cleland leans back on the ball, slots it through for his first, and on the Sportal scoreboard, it's 2 goals straight, 10 minutes down, first term.
There's a big target, good target up there, Cleland. Hard to match up on, quite athletic, and made no mistake there from 20 metres out. So a good start, pressure's been on. Goodies have got the first 2, so they'd be pretty happy with their start. So Rayner's in the ruck now. Or Rana, Angus Rana, up against Big. Just wait for the ball to be brought back to the middle. He would want to get the next one here, I reckon. They wouldn't want to slip too far behind in this first quarter, because it's going to be hard work. Not a high-scoring team. So Rana and Big. Nice tap by Rana, straight down to the Vice-Captain Heitman. He pumps it out wide. Good one-on-one battle. Ball's going towards the boundary. Pridham's there. Lockie Ryan's there. Big pack of players form around it there. And out of bounds on the outer wing. So good centre clearance there from Goodies. Great tap from Rana straight to Heitman. So there'll be a throw in. Big and Rana go at it again. Rana wins the tap. Players working hard. Ball's on the ground. It's flicked out the back. Socket off the ground. Fortuitously lands in the hands there of the Iggy's player. He pumps it up forward. Bit of a mismatch there. Horner gets a little shove. Goodies look to rebound now. Pridham onto that left boot. Pumps it out wide. Leading there in the race was Ellis. He got it onto the boot, but straight to the to Iggy's, and they clear through. Big now looking for something through the middle. Actually, it's Kennedy. Sorry, Kennedy goes out wide. A nice kick. So Iggy's, some good ball movement out to the half forward flank. Now they're going to go inside forward. Can someone take a mark? Spencer flies. Ball spills out there, charging through the good Iggy's player there, wrapped up. And about 8 or 10 players around the ball there. So good build up there for old Iggy's. Just been a problem at times with the big key forward. So a lot of players around the ball here. It's going to be another stoppage. Oh, he's dragged it in actually. There was an appeal from some of the Goody Saints players. And Holzbauer, the captain, will get the free kick. So, Whitelock now comes out this way. Burgess is there. Ball spills over the back. Good tackle by Ellis. Picked up there by Brad Jones, the vice-captain. Spencer there. Lynch flies. Spoils. There, Tokia tries to boot it off the ground. Comes to Spencer again. He's wrapped up by Lynch in a good tackle. And you can see Goodwood Saints, they are on today and tackling very hard.
So throw up right half forward for Old Iggy's. Good tap by Kennedy. Gets it down to Thomas Ryan. Thumps it inside 50, looking for a tall target. Can't find one. Some good work with the second effort there. Ball comes to ground. Quick chip inside 50. And a nice steadying mark. It's Tom Vanderjude. Something right on his measure here, Vanderjude. Clever kick. Oh, there's been a push downfield. Serene could have given away a 25 off the ball. Umpire had no vision of it. And Vanderjude is going to use all of his 30. So he's going to have to give it his best kick. Leans right back on it. Beautiful kick. Magnificent goal. Vanderjude slots his first, and that of the Old Iggy's, the home side. And on the Sportal scoreboard, 1 straight place, 2 straight. 14 minutes down first term on the Sportal scoreboard. Beautiful kick by Vanderjude. And was right in his firing line because he went straight back, and they went a good 10 metres behind the goals there, Nathan.
Yeah, never looked like missing once he struck it. Great connection with a slippery ball. So important goal for Iggy's. About 15 minutes played. We get Rana up against Alfred in the ruck now. Oh, flying through there is the captain, Holzbauer. He pumps it in forward. Leading out there to the ball was Matthias, who's now spending some time up forward. There'll be another ball up about 40 metres out from Goody's goal. So Alfred, Matthias slams it on the left boot. Good effort, but just across the face of goal and through for a point. So nearly made something out of nothing there.
He's a good size, Matthias.
Yeah, they've got a few like that. Jesse Johnson, Matthias, Rana and Cleland, all good sizes. So the ball's out here to Elliot Mitchell from the kick in. So Elliot Mitchell goes low with a spearing kick. Picked up well there by the Goodies player. Lockie Ryan now for Goodies, gets a handball out. Slippery ball though, no one can take possession. Layden tries to lay the tackle. And there'll be another ball up around 40 metres from the Goodies goal. So up in the ruck there. This time the jump, the Iggy's player, and Matthias sees it out of bounds. So there'll be another throw in now. So Alfred and Matthias doing the rucking now forward. Alfred gets it down. Nice little tap. Could have given the handball, but swings back. Going to go all Goody Saints back there though. The Iggy's are going to get a free kick actually. So now there's a chance. Players streaming forward. It's a good kick. Now Iggy's moved the ball well. I think it's Elliot Mitchell, sorry. He swings the ball in forward. 2 bites of the cherry. They couldn't quite take the mark. Whitelock wraps up the oldies player there, so good movement there. Throw up. Goody Saints tap it down. Or player looks to be held without it or pushed in the back. And it'll be Oliver Johnson who will get a relieving free kick deep in defence. So he's going to bring it back through the middle. Finds Rana. Bit of an errant handball, but ends up in the hands, showing a bit of dashment. Gone. Good tackle. Great tackle there. So Iggy's now. It's Layden, pumps it forward. Tom Lynch nearly takes the mark, falls through his hands. Handball's out now to Heitman. Heitman, long kick down the wing, on the lead, great hands. Beautiful mark out there. I think it's Cleveland maybe. He pumps it forward. Some loose checking here. Goodies are away. They're going to pump it in forward. On the lead there, Tom Anderson can't take the mark. So Iggy's trying to clear here. They've got some numbers out towards the wing. So I think it's Big Ruckman. He puts it out into space. So good kick. Oh, Brad Jones there. Slams it out of bounds on the full. So a bit of a careless kick there. And we'll see Jesse Johnson get the free kick and bring it back in for Goodies.
Don't have the advantage of a lot of spectators here today to retrieve the ball for the players. So big thank you to Nigel Burgess for bringing the ball back there for Jesse Johnson. A bit stagnant after a little break in play, and a free should have been given away. Yes, it was, and a good attempt there by Elliot Mitchell, but he's given it. No, the umpire's paid it, but he's giving away the free kick. Good contest. He did signal the other way. Out of that contest comes a slicing ball inside 50, goes across the face of goals, off the boot off Bradley Jones. That'll be a last kick out of bounds. No, it's gone through from behind. So straight away the ball's brought back in. Nice strong mark there. Beautiful mark by Cleland. Dishes off quickly to Ridgewell. Ridgewell pumps it up the centre half forward line there to Oliver Johnson. Couldn't take the mark. Ball comes to the ground. Ken Heitman kicked it in. Clever little snap to the hot spot. No mark taken. Still in the box seat there. Little chime over the shoulder. And I tell you what, Lachlan Ryan, that's the easiest goal he's going to kick this year. Gee, some beautiful fancy footwork at the top of the square. He's been watching a bit of the Women's World Cup, and coming straight through was Lachlan Ryan. I've seen that movie line somewhere in an Olympics, Winter Olympics before, because that's just as easy as you like, and before you know it, out to a very handy 12-point lead on the Sportal scoreboard. 3-1-19, 1-1-7, 20 minutes down in this first term, and it's been pretty much one-way traffic here for Goodwood so far, Nathan.
Yeah, they look the better side at the moment, Goodies. Iggy's had a bit of an opportunity there, but both their forward entries, Goodwood Saints have had some 2-on-1s and look pretty solid back there in defence. So Ruckman goes up, ball's out near Pridham. Ridgewell over there, he's wrapped up in the tackle. Goal kicker there in Ryan, he's working hard. Now there'll be a ball up. There's once again a lot of players around the ball. So approach the 21-minute mark of this first quarter. Handy little 12-point buffer to Goodies. So a lot of players around the ball. Socket off the ground by the East player. Spencer out in the lead. Goodies picked the ball up. They've been solid back there. Ball's Looters. Now onto Serene, I think it was. And he's wrapped up. So some good tackling by Iggy's there. I'd love to pinch one back here now. About 40 metres out from their goal. Ball's thrown up. There'll be a free kick picked out to Goodies there, I think, for across the shoulder, and Rana will take the free kick. So Rana, nice little kick into Gray. There's a couple of juggles, but takes the mark. Players moving for him. There's an off-scar in the middle. Scarrett. So Gray now. I think he's going to go out to the outer wing. A fair few numbers there for Iggy's. Ball socket off the ground by the Goody Saints player, and it'll be a last touch free kick for Old Ignatians. So Old Iggy's now pumping in long. Ball spoiled out the front there. Picked up, I think it was Ridgewell. Now to a contest, and over the back there, it might be Leyden. A few left footers in this Iggy's side, but his kick's going to be chopped off. Read really well there. I think that was the goal kicker we had before in Ryan. Yes, Lockie Ryan. So he goes looking great lead out there from Dykesman. So Dykesman now centres the ball, looking for big Cleland. Yeah, too strong, too tall. The Iggy's defender's probably giving away a few inches there as well, and the big long arms of Cleland clunks that one. He's got good hands, and Jade Cleland now is going to line up for his second goal of the game. So some good movement, ball movement from the Goody Saints players out there. Been important the last couple of minutes. Young Lockie Ryan with a goal, and then a nice kick to the leading player, who then found Cleland. So Cleland about 40 metres, 35 metres out. Leans back on it. Looks pretty good off the boot though. Another one to Goodwood. So Cleland gets his second. And now Goodwood extend their lead to 3 goals. So a handy little buffer.
Certainly is a very handy buffer going into time on first term. 3 goals is the margin exactly on the Sportal scoreboard. Luke Donaldson very happy with his charges and their efforts in this first term. So you've seen the Heitmans and the Dykesmans starting to really get on top here around the half-forward mark, and Cleland can't find a matchup for the big fella down there at the moment. So big to do the rucking duties against Mateus. Mateus goes up and he wins the contest. Comes out towards Serena, almost strips Kennedy of the ball. Sorry, McCarthy. Serene very happy to throw his weight around. Almost goes as a 4th man up in the contest. Comes out to a run up. Beautiful work on the outside. Ken Heitman run onto the pill. Been very busy early. Bustles his way through. Comes out to Ryan. Kicked the goal earlier. Ignores the man in the goal square. And slots it through for a point.
So Lockie Ryan had a good last few minutes. Could have centred the ball there, but eyed off a second goal, but just couldn't quite put it through the stick. So Iggy's now, they've had a bit of problem moving the ball out of defence. Goody's set up a wall a lot of the time here, so made it hard. Nice little kick though there. Finds Brad Jones. So the vice-captain Jones now. Very slow build up here for Iggy's. So Jones now on the lead of Spencer. Good kick. Nice hands from Quinn Spencer. Likely type. Nice little left foot inboard, and finds Noah Leyden, another left footer. So plenty of movement. Just a bit slow though, suiting the Goodies backman and getting back there and taking the mark is the Goodies player in Luders. So Luders now, he's going to pump it back. Flying there for Goodies was Dykesman. Went early, couldn't take the mark, but then there's a bit of push and shove here. Ellis and Ryan are at it. So good tap by Matthias. Now Scara. He pumps it in forward. In best position though, reading it well back there, was Sam Winter. So bit of back and forth here. Oh, short kick, and he's kicked that out on the full. Dangerous kick. So Connor Fairley now deep in the pocket, around 45, 50 out. So we'll test him. Not a lot of movement in the forward 50. So now he's going to swing around onto the right foot. Pumps it to the top of the square. A bit of holding going on. Big leap from Rana at the back. And the ball will go through. Ryan looking for another maybe soccer off the ground there. And Iggy's will bring it back out from their kick out.
So 20-point margin deep in the time on first term. And easily run this out of defence. Look for Spencer. Can't take the mark, neither could Serene at around level. And the ball will be held up in the arms of McCarthy. So the Goodwood have time for one more. Good tap at ground level, well done there by Johnson. Almost a kicking danger. And I'm tipping Mason Ellis will have the dirtier shorts on Karen Rolton by the end of this one. Started magnificently in throwing his weight around. Big bustling midfielder. So Matthias up against Big. And there's the side. So quarter time here at the Karen Rolton Oval. And on the Sportal scoreboard it is 4-3-27 Goodwood Saints, with a 20-point margin over Old Iggy's 1-1-7. Goal kickers in the first term. Cleland with a pair. Singles to Connor Fairley and Lachlan Ryan. And Tom Vanderjute slotted through a beauty from around 50 metres out to score the only goal for Iggy. We'll be back with the second quarter action after these key messages. Welcome back to the second quarter action of this round 16 clash between Old Ignatians and Goodwood Saints. And to get the second quarter underway, it's Nathan Woods for Filming Footy and Sports Interactive.
So it's going to be Big and Matthias up in the ruck. Ball spills there. Saints player who's to the Iggy's player who's wrapped up. That was Sam Winter. So the ruckman go at it again. McCarthy's there. He's wrapped up straight away by two Goody Saints players. So 3 stoppages in a row here. Matthias, little one down straight to McCarthy, and he's wrapped up again. So repeat stoppages here. A lot of people around the ball. A lot of players around the ball. Now Iggy's have a chance. I think it's laid on now who's got it on his left foot. He kicks the ball forward. Good use of the body up there. And well picked up by Ryan, but he loses his footing. And the ball goes out of bounds around 50 metres out. So Iggy's need this first goal in the second quarter. So nearly everyone in the forward half here, Iggy's, and a lot of people in the forward 50. So Big flicks it out, picked up straight to Holzbauer, and he's wrapped up in a tackle, kicks the ball back to the umpire. The umpire throws the ball up, and there'll be another stoppage there, Holzbauer, and a good tackle. He's going to be pinged holding the ball, so not much prior there. His player not real happy there, William Nader, but a good tackle from the skipper, Holzbauer. So he's going to switch the play out to Pridham. Pridham now, a lot of players flooding over to the outer side. So a little short kick from Pridham, dangerous. Cut off by St Ignatius. Spencer now, his kick smothered. Picked up by Serene. Serene onto Ryan. He looks for a 1-2. Oh, sorry, Lynch that was. Pridham's got it now. Back to Serene. Pridham on the left. Pumps it inside forward 50, looking for Skara. Got a good spoil. The ball's out of bounds on the outer wing for Goody Saints, all inside their 50.
So the pressure meter's definitely gone up by Old Iggy's in this second term. That's all Daryl Spence could ask for, is a little bit more effort around the contest. Ball thrown in, 35 from home. Good tap there by the top by Kennedy, it looked like. Pridham's taken strongly in the tackle. Good work there by Horner. Bit of aerial ping pong. Good tap over the top there by Rana. Could have been paid in the back. No free kick paid. Holzbauer, the captain, leading from the front. Can he get a fortuitous bounce here the forward? It's good work there at ground level. And a free kick's been paid.
It's like he copped a knee in the stomach there of the Iggy's player.
He's gone down hard, but Oliver Johnson will be the recipient. As we mentioned in the opening moments of the first term, he's been named the best player 6 out of his 9 games. We're in the 47, once worn by Ola Renshaw from the Essendon Football Club in a grand final. What a goal! What a magnificent goal! And that is an ORTC goal of the week contender by Jesse Johnson. By Oliver Johnson. What a belter! It's a very narrow pocket, but geez, he summed it up very nicely and slotted absolute beauty through.
Yeah, showing a bit of class there, Johnson. You can see why he's been in their best players a lot this year.
That's a bloody tough kick.
He ran towards the boundary as well. So
he right footer.
And he just worked it back, left to right. So Goodies get that first goal. They now go out to a 26-point lead. So handy buffer back in the middle. Rana, beautiful tap. Down to Heitman, who couldn't quite get hold of it. Now the kick forward by Heitman this time. Big fly from Cleland, was it? No. Cleland now gets the handball out. Fairly. He finds a player out wide. Tommy Anderson's taken the mark. So good composure there by Fairley. And Goody Saints now looking threatening. So Tom Anderson now looking for their second goal in space of a minute or two.
Should be happy playing up forward after playing a majority of the season down back.
Yes, they'll be loving it. So Anderson, in he comes, about 45 out, looks pretty good. Nice strike off the boot, and that's another good goal. They've kicked some good goals, goodies, in these conditions with a wet ball, and they now go out to a handy 32-point lead, and we've played 5 minutes, and they're looking to break this open a bit in this quarter.
Yeah, magnificent kick there by Tom Anderson, who celebrated his 200th league game for the club about a month ago, and brilliant kick from him on his wing, slipping down to the forward line. So back to the middle. Big up against Matthias. Kennedy gets his kick, partially smothered. Very slippery in the middle there of the Karen Rolton Oval. Good work there by Horner. Only as far as Matthias. Hand passes off to Holzbauer, who's held up in the contest. Some strong tackling there, and the ball will be held up at half forward there for the Goodwood Saints, who are pressing hard. 2 goals in the opening 5 minutes. Gets them out to a 32-point margin on the Sportal scoreboard. So McCarthy held up in that tackle. Matthias takes front position. Tries to get it down to Heitman. Had plenty of it in the first quarter. Comes out to Kennedy at the back. He didn't really want it. And a free kick for in the back there to Connor Fairley. And looking for a 25. The ball's thrown over his head there by Edward Davies. Had no real concern about whether he's going to get the ball back or not. So Fairley, new player for the Goodwood Saints this year, coming across from West Adelaide. He's outside the paint. Going to take his best kick. Don't know if he's going to make the distance from there. Cleland's at the back, can't take the mark, as was Rana. And dangerous position for Old Iggy's, and not as if they haven't been in this position before this year. So Big does the tap work. Snap out of the contest. Unfortunately goes to the left-hand side for Anthony Scarr, and one behind on the Sportal scoreboard. Goodwood Saints out to 6-4-40, 33-point margin. Old Iggy's 1-1-7, 7 minutes down, second term.
So what can Iggy's do now? Desperately need a goal. So Noah Layden pumps it out, and the ball has gone over the head there of Edward Davies. And now Burgess will bring the ball back in for the last touch. So in front, good effort. Yeah, has to be played the free kick there. McCarthy gives him a little shove. He said he's a bit of a hothead, and he just said, I've got it. So he kicks the ball out nicely. Switch on here for Iggy's. They go wide, but it's just going straight down the throat of Tom Vanderjude, I think. So Vanderjude now...
Dyksman.
Thank you. Pridham now on the left foot. So Goodies have got some loose players out in the wing here. But now ball comes out to Burgess. Good smother, good spoil. Working hard Spencer. Well done. Gives a handball out now. Sam Winter. He kicks it straight to Goodies though. They've been good in defence. Goodwood. Out to Lynch. Now the kick comes out. Good contest on the wing here. Burgess there. With strength, but tackled well. Could be pinged and will be pinged.
Yeah, well tackled there.
Good effort. So William Nader, good tackle. He's going to get it moving quickly, but the handball there was errant. Then the kick smothered. Deichmann's going to take that one over there. So a bit ugly there from Iggy's. Had the free kick, had a chance to go inside forward 50, but a loose handball and then a smother. So Big and Matthias go at it. Clever there from Iggy's. Out to Ryan. Ryan gives it to Kennedy. He's slung as he kicked. Over to Big, and he's going to be pinged a sling tackle there. So
it should have been played upfield.
Down ground, you would have thought, yeah. So the ball's going to come back though. So the vice captain Kennedy brings the ball into the middle. It's stop-start, though. When you have a switch like that, you want to be able to keep it moving. So just time's a bit slow. Now, the kick's shanked, but very lucky. Falls into the hands of McCarthy, I think it is. So he goes out wide. Now on the lead, a good kick, but just didn't quite find the player there. He tried to pick it up off the half volley, but ball beats him out of bounds, and there'll be a throw-in around 40 metres from the Iggy's goal.
So Iggy's, can they get their first goal for the second quarter? There's plenty of work, and their pressure meter's definitely up, which is great to see. Ball thrown in. Nice tap at the back there by Lord. Hasn't seen much of the pill. He's got the headband on though. Plenty of players back there, and a juggled mark attempt, and it's paid to Layden. So Layden, probably the best player thus far for old Iggy's on his crafty left foot. Playing on the mark gives him a lack of respect. Goes in towards Spencer, can't take the mark. There's one for a crummer. Good work there at ground level by, that might be our missing player, 13. We'll have to check that out. So Spencer didn't really want the pill. Comes out in the contest. Charlie Pridham just whacks it on the boot with a hopeful attempt. Good work at the back there by McCarthy. Needs to get it off immediately. Gets it out wide. Scrambly ball inside 50 again. And it just needs some efficiency here. There's the old Iggy side, and the ball will be thrown up 45 from home. So the old Iggy's team sheet went in with 20 players. They're still trying to figure out who that missing player is. And I think he's got it now, because that's number 13, and he's not on our team. Oh, it is Elliot Mitchell. It's a ball at ground level. Holzbauer, floating ball out of his back line. Comes towards McCarthy. Kicks to open air. Spencer runs onto it, and a 1-on-2. Charlie Pridham, as you'd expect, at the roving position. Serene, dishes out back. Settling kick, and they find Ridgewell at half-back.
So Ridgewell plays on quickly through the middle, back to Pridham. He's been busy. Got a loose player out on the wing, screaming for it, but the advantage is being played. So Gray, some loose checking here. Fairley's going to run into an open goal. Oh, but it's just gone across the face, so Goodwood have gone from one end to another. A lot of loose players there, and Fairley couldn't quite finish it off.
So they quickly play out of this full-back position, and they're going to make it 2 in a row, because I don't think he got a finger on that. No, he has. So Maxie Alfred's saved the day, because that would have been 2 free kicks from kick-ins in a row. And he'll go up against Rana in the ruck. Rana, he's a difficult opponent. He's a bit of a beanpole and doesn't mind a leap either. Comes out towards Johnson. Beautiful kick inside 50, lands on the chest of Ridgewell. So Oliver Johnson, he's been impressive, and crafty little kick inside 50 to Ridgewell. We've been saying all day, tough kick for a right footer, but it must be narrow enough that you can kick goals from that side, despite it not being the preferred pocket for a right footer.
Pretty still as well, not too much breeze around, so
Ridgewell, deliberate approach, enters the tarmac off 4 steps. Beautiful kick, just holes to the right and goes through for a minor score. 6-6-42 on the Sportal scoreboard, 1-1-7.
So Iggy's bring it back in now. Gets some meterage, kicks out wide, and a nice kick. So another ball goes forward, but as they have done a lot today, Goody's cut it off. Jesse Johnson over there is wrapped up. So they've gained a bit of meterage. That's just to the forward of the centre for Iggy's. So what can they do here? Desperately need a goal. Ball's going to be taken out of bounds. Plenty of work for the umpies today. Plenty of throw-ins, plenty of ball ups. There'll be some sore arms at the end of the day. So throw in. Rana and Big. Rana gets a good tap. The ball's picked off. McCarthy's been good in this quarter. Pack fly.
He just tapped his own teammate there. Touched it away.
Clever. So now Goody's looking to clear. In the middle, calling for it was Dykesman. He takes a good mark. He's got Pridham out wider, or even wider. Whitelock. So Whitelock now gets onto his left foot. Lockie Ryan's looking around. Is it mine? It is yours, Lockie. Keeps it in cleverly. Now swings back onto the right and does not give his forward much of a chance there. I think there was a few players calling for it in the middle.
He should have gone over to Ellis over the top with the hand pass. Unfortunately, he didn't listen to the call.
And wanted his right foot and put himself under pressure. So there's a throw in, deep in Goody's forward 50, ball over the back. Iggy's player tackle without it though. So they will get a much needed free kick.
So Elliot Mitchell, the recipient, clears it out of his defensive line. Chomped on his West End draft there. I don't think it was his main priority. Anyway, back to the action. Streaming through their half-forward line is the Old Iggies. No mark taken. Plenty there to mop it up for the Goodwood Saints. Burgess goes back, or is that Anderson? Very similar hairline. And they come into the middle to Rana on the 45. Rana's got Pridham. Sees it's a dangerous option that could get picked off. Holsbauer is out wide. In the end, they go towards Fairley. Fairley in a 1-on-3. Not probably the best kick, and he gives away the free kick. So McCarthy, what can they do? They need a goal here, desperately. Comes out to Elliot Mitchell. He's continued his good reign of form. He's been in the best play 7 out of 8 games this season for the Old Iggies. Finds a target out wide in Rice. Oscar Rice goes inside 50, looking for, should have been a free kick in the end, and it will get paid to Spencer. So Quinn Spencer, left footer, difficult pocket for a left pegger. After tough work being the coach's son, but he's had a pretty good season, and tall young fellow can play down forward or down back or up forward, and he's had his concussion issues in the past, but thankfully he's put them to bed. And he's had a good run at it in 2023. So Spencer's going to have to kick right on the paint here. Tough kick, left-footed. It's a beautiful kick, but it's just going to... Oh, it's the halfway up the post. So just faded as the left-footers do from left to right. And a really good shot on the end, but unfortunately a minus score. So 1-2-8 for Old Iggies and 6-6-42 for the Goodwood team.
So Goodies bring the ball back in. Good mark taken by Cleland, but his ball smothered. Comes down to Serene. Or tackled high maybe, no. Wrapped up there was McCarthy. So McCarthy...
Don't want to fire him up too much.
No, we've seen him get hot-headed. Here it comes to the man we've just been talking of, McCarthy. A little tap from Hodges. Ball goes forward, leading Spencer was... Tom Lynch in the race to the ball, and now Spencer will get the free kick. So unlucky not to get a goal before hitting the woodwork. Spencer onto that nice left foot out in front of Lord. Serene picks it up. It looks like he's thrown that. Yes, good call by the umpire. So going to go deep into attack again here through Nader. So what can Nader do? He's going to swing on, and he's chipped it in short, but read well by Tom Lynch. Been a good player for Goodies this year. I think he's featured in the best players a fair bit, Matt.
Yeah, 6 out of the 15 games, which is pretty impressive for a backman.
Certainly is. So Lynch pumps it long. Plenty of players out here. Laid on. 2 bites of the cherry. Just couldn't quite bring it in. Layden gets it again. Clever ball. Left footed to Spencer. He falls over. Pridham, quick handball. Over to Ridgewell. Heitman. Heitman's wrapped up. And pinged holding the ball. So... Vice Captain Kennedy now. Got a big kick on him. Saying to come out to the left, but he pumps it right into the hot spot. 10 metres out in front of goal. Couple of bites of the cherry there. Socket off in mid-air by Nick Burgess. Through for a behind for Iggies.
No own goals here.
No.
Playing our game, unlike the round ball. Smart work there by Burgess. Clever kick in, lack of respect on that kick in. Lands on the chest of Skara. So they play on immediately. They love this press and counter-attack. They've got Cleland on. He's drifted out the back. The big man should land in his lap. He plays on immediately. Slots through his third. And that's as easy as you like at the Karen Rolton this afternoon, coast to coast. If there's an ORTC team goal of the week, there it is right there on the Spoodle scoreboard. Goodwood Saints out to a very, very nice lead, 7-6-48. 39-point margin, 1-3-9 to the home team, Old Iggies. Some desperate work there by Old Iggies last 5 minutes. Just could not get some reward on the scoreboard. And as good teams do, they go straight down the other end and make you pay.
Yeah, exactly, Matt. Had a few chances there. Iggy's had some good little periods. Just couldn't quite put one through the big sticks. And Goodies a couple of times have gone coast to coast and got out the back there. And Big Cleland kicked his third. So back in the middle. Matthias was there with the hit. Horner, he picks the ball up. Back to Kennedy. Picked up now, rush kick by Nick Burgess, goes up forward, caught behind Cleland. Ball spills out there. He's pushed as he kicked at the Goodies player. Working hard there, Iggies. Campbell, now can they clear? Ball goes out wide. Got a great set of hands there. I think it's Mason Ellis. Under a lot of pressure. Great kick, but his kick set up the player there. Goodies player over his head. And now a real chance for Iggy. So here they go. Dan Tocchia. Oh, it went the wrong way though. Gray's there. Gray's giving a little shove. Thomas Ryan's there. Now, Serene. Nice kick by Serene to Rana. So another forward entry cut off by Goodies, but they are going to give it straight back to Iggy's as Jesse Johnson kicks it out of bounds on the full. So ball to be brought back in here by Vanderjude. Handy cricketer as well, Vanderjude for the Kensington Cricket Club. So Vanderjude now down the wing in front of us here, over the back. Taken by the Iggy's player, and then Brandon Lord. He's not having the best of days. Pumps it out of bounds on the full, and Jesse Johnson will take the kick in.
Yeah, disappointing kick from Brandon Lord. Hasn't been his day. Starting to get wrapped up like a mummy, and wouldn't be really happy with it. Good kick down the line there by Johnson. Looking for the tall target in Rana. Fairley plays on immediately. He's got one on inside 50. Ridgewell bounces off his chest. Ryan comes into an opening goal. Beautiful goal. Lovely snap. Opportunist forward goal. And he makes them pay with his second. So Lachlan Ryan, very crafty goal. Right place, right time. Read the crumbs off the chest. And 8-6-54 plays 1-3-9. And it's out to a very dangerous 43-point margin in favour of the Goodwood Saints. Time on, second turn.
Yeah, things looking a bit ominous here for Iggy's. As Goodies get their eighth. And the over 39's looking all right here at the moment. I think you might be in some pain, Matt.
Yeah, gamble responsibly. You had a quiet pineapple on it, didn't you?
So, 23 minutes gone in this second quarter. Matthias and Big are at it. Ball spills back to Matthias on the left foot. Little shove out. Rana down there. Unlucky not to get the free, and the ball will be last touch, and it'll be brought back in for St. Old Iggy's here.
Surprised there wasn't a free kick there because he was clearly tunnelled there. Rana, it doesn't take much to push him under the ball. He's not a ball of muscle. He's a beanpole. Yeah. So
unlucky. Oh, big fly over there. Over the back now. What can Iggy's do? They go forward, but the kick's poor on the lead. Spencer, but it came straight over his head, and Whitelock will take the last touch possession. He gives it to Holzbauer in the middle. Skipper, nice little kick. This is Ridgewell. Ridgewell now coming off the bench here is Dykschman. He flies. Great spot from the captain, Holzbauer. He's been good this quarter. He pumps it in forward. Up goes Cleland. He can't take the mark. The ball will be thrown in front of the scoreboard, which reads very handy lead to Goodwood Saints, 86.54 to 139. Approaching 25 minutes, throw in. Cleland, tap over the back, well read by Horner. He just pings it on the boot, straight to Holzbauer, who was in a good spot. Now he gets around the player Lord. Pumps it in long now, over the back. Getting loose, that's our man again, Lockie Ryan. He's been very good up there.
His direct opponent there was Edward Shaw, and he lost his footing at the crucial stage. And it made Ryan look absolutely magnificent because he went unattended in that contest.
Yeah, I didn't see what quite happened, but Ryan is all alone, and now he's going to come in, waltz in, kick his third goal. Lockie Ryan having a great game up forward. Goody Saints really starting to put the foot on the accelerator. They go to 9 goals, 660 to Old Ignatians 139. We played just over 25 minutes in this second quarter.
Yeah, diabolical is written on the doors of the Old Iggy's change rooms at the moment because that's where they're at. And Goodwood Saints pretty much doing as they please at the moment. They've done well in patches, but they're just really lacking a key forward there and some disposal efficiency.
Yeah,
we talk about the ponytails being in the middle. They were all down back at the start of the season. So I remember doing their first couple of games of the season, and the likes of Big, McCarthy and Kennedy are all playing in the key defensive post. Now they're playing as Ruckman and Tool on ballers.
We had Horner in there before as well, so I think we had 4 of the man bun ponytails in there.
So Big into the middle, up against Mateus. Mateus gets his left paw on it again, comes out to Heitman. Been damaging in the middle. Crafty hand pass to Ridgewell. Ridgewell pokes one out to the wing duck fairly. Scoops it out, throwing. Not paid, goes to Heitman. Off the chest of McCarthy. Comes out to Burgess. Burgess down the line to Ryan Gray. Nice smart kick to the half-forward line. They've got a player on here. Matea's been impressive in the ruck. Pokes it over the top. Can it be kept in here? Dykesman kicks to the hot spot. Good tackling attempt there by Mason Ellis has forced that kick out. And Mateus, what a busy minute he's had. The big man gets on that left foot. Beautiful kick. He's got some skills for a big guy. Lands on the chest of Ridgewell. So Ridgewell, this distance will test him. He's got one in the pocket. Still on. He's looking at him. He's also got Johnson, who's kicked one from that pocket this quarter. So Ridgewell hits the hot spot, looking for some tall timber. Can't find Cleland. Ball comes out the back. They've still got numbers at the contest. Fairly takes on 3. Hand passes back. Some fancy footwork. Comes to the contest. Fairly turns around the corner. Drifts to the right. So 9-7-61. Sportal scoreboard 1-3-9. And it's getting quite ugly with a 52-point margin and heading into half-time. Nathan Woods.
Yeah, Goody's doing all the attacking here, the Saints. Getting on top all over the ground. So what can Iggy's do here? Approaching half-time. Ball out wide. Drop mark by Davies. Pridham now. Threw that out. Works hard again. Little tap to Lynch. Lynch tried to get around 2 blokes. Got around the first one, but couldn't get around the second one. And there's the siren. Half-time here at Karen Rolton Oval. And Iggy's are in a lot of trouble here. 1 goal, 3-9. Trailing Goodwood 9-7-61.
So the second quarter, Goodwood scoring 5 goals, 4 to 2 points. So let's check out our goal scorers to half-time before we go to the main break. Jade Cleland with 3, Lachlan Ryan with 2, including 2 in that quarter, and singles to Connor Fairley. The first goal kicker of the game, and Tommy Anderson, as well as Oliver Johnson. And the sole goal kicker for the Old Ignatians is Tom Vanderjute. So a very impressive half, and they came here to do a demolition job, and that was to remain in the top flight of the Adelaide Football League, and they definitely won't be going down this year. So Old Iggy's in a bit of trouble, but the Goodwood Saints, very impressive first half. We'll come back with the second half action after these key messages. Did we have it all on? We had it on in the second quarter.
No, I unplugged it.
Yeah, good. Oh, that's good.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, give us another 20 seconds. These guys are very well known for coming out late. They almost walk onto the field.
Do they? Straight out.
I've seen them before walking into
just getting baked in there. It didn't even click that bloody Quinn's Darryl's son. It didn't even click. Yeah. So did he bring him with him from wherever this year or not?
I don't think Quinn played last year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So.
I don't think they're late coming out of the change rooms. Late straight to and working very well.
Yeah, no, it's not. No. They've got to change something up.
Right, I bring it back, mate. Welcome back for the second half action of this round 16 Adelaide Football League clash between the 10th placed Old Ignatians and the 8th placed Goodwood Saints. With Goodwood Saints all but doing everything that they've been asked to do so far and look like they're going to remain in the top flight of the Adelaide Football League for another year at least. With the scoreboard reading 9-7-61 to 139. Old Ignatians at half-time, that's a 52-point margin. Nathan Woods, pretty much a demolition derby in that first half and everything going in the favour of the Goodwood Saints thus far.
Yeah, they really got on top late in that second quarter and he's had a good little period there for 5 or so minutes, 10 minutes and couldn't capitalise, and Goody Saints did when they went forward. They kicked some good goals, some clever goals, and the floodgates certainly starting to open up late in that second quarter. So it's going to be a big test here for Iggy's to show a bit of character and work hard. I saw them come back against Goody Saints when against St Peter's a couple of weeks ago when they were 10-2 down. They kicked 5 in a row and showed a bit in the second half. So hopefully they can come out here and put the pressure on and kick a few goals. Otherwise, yeah, this could get ugly.
Yeah, they have been known to bounce back in certain quarters in game, but they certainly haven't shown anything thus far. And I'm sure Coach Darryl Spencer hasn't got much hair left, but he's probably ripped out what is left of it, and he'll get his charges up for a big second half. Big thank you to our major sponsors, the Sportal Scoreboard, Best on Ground with Dartfish for the stats and the beanie, and Archie's for their magnificent thongs. The Bianco Mark of the Week with a $100 voucher and ORTC for the Goal of the Week. Big thank you also to Filming Footy and Sports Interactive. And about to get underway for this second half. Looks like the Big is going to get back in the middle with Matthias. Matthias a reasonably good first half. Left-hand tap to Heitman. Heitman breezes out of the middle. Should land on the chest of Dykesman, and it does. So Dykesman looks like he's too far from home. Hits the hot spot. Looking for Cleland. The big man's... Oh, it's Rana. Rana can't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. They come out of the defence. Some good work. Goes to McCarthy. Back to Layden. Sorry, Nader. Nader gets the 1-2. Unfortunately, it's turnover. Johnson should receive the free kick. They play on immediately. Fairly hand passes back to Dicement. Waltzes in. Can't make them pay. And I'm on the score on the scoreboard. No timer on the scoreboard thus far, which is quite interesting to note. So we won't be able to tell you. Oh no, they've just kicked it off. They heard me. And they let the timer go. So the Sportal Scoreboard reaches out to 53 points.
So good start. Goodwood Saints. Some good ball movement. Started in the middle. Matthias on top in the ruck. So Iggy's kick it back in. Matthias is there. Picked up by Layden. Great smother by Holzbauer. Little toe poke there from Anderson, and he's wrapped up in a tackle. So just outside Goody Saints 50-metre line here. Matthias taps down to Heitman. They've combined well today. Ball spills into the hands of the ruckman Big, and he's wrapped up by his opponent, Matthias. So they go at it again. Good little tap. Matthias looking for Heitman again. Ball comes out to McCarthy. He's wrapped up in a good tackle by Serene, and he's gone. Pinged, holding the ball. So Serene now. They've tackled well today, Goodies. A lot on the line, and they've responded well. been a powerhouse in Div 1 for a long time. So Serene now. Oh, coming in, Horner dangerously tunnels him. So, lined him up. And the free down ground, so Serene tunnelled by Horner, who came in late. Dangerous stuff. And the ball's
nothing to be gained there by Horner, so it was a silly decision on his behalf, unfortunately.
Yeah, very silly. And now he's gifted Rayner an opportunity to get Goody's 10th goal. So in comes the big fella Rayner. Looks good off the booter, straight through the middle, Rayner. Goodies have been pretty good on set shots today, haven't missed much. And they get the first goal of the third quarter. So they move out to 10 goals, 88 to 1 goal, 3-9. Good start here from Goody Saints.
Yeah, it certainly has been, and they've continued on their merry way after a huge first half. And the Bureau of Meteorology just clicks over to 13.7 degrees, ever so close to that maximum of 15. So Matthias, he's been very good in the ruck. Handy inclusion, gets his left hand on it again. Coming through there was McCarthy. It's hard to pick the ponytails apart. 3 of them in the middle at the minute. Good tack there by Matthias. Coming out of it again was McCarthy. Actually big on this occasion, so mixing it around the ponytails. Third ball up in this succession. Good punch by Johnson, goes out the back to Kennedy. Kennedy whacks it on the boot in the direction of Spencer. Tough mark to take, couldn't mark it on that occasion. Ball comes to ground. Under pressure there at ground level was Luders. Scoops it out and they're away. It's a nice kick out here. No mark taken by Ellis. And doesn't suit his courageous style. 1-on-2. Hand passes out the back, can't find his target. Not happy with himself and his teammate. And I tell you what, Austin Murdoch's giving away the free kick. So some silly stuff and undisciplined from Murdoch. After Ellis knocks over 3 blokes, Murdoch comes in, knocks him over and gives away the free kick. And he's going on with it again. So nice trick down the line to Rana. The tall timber gets the jukes up. Switches play. Goes out looking for Johnson. Johnson, the Oliver variety. So Johnson settles. Sells a bit of eye candy. Dangerous kick into the middle of the Karen Rolton. Comes off with Ellis fortuitously. Can't get him hold his feet. Horner dishes out. Goes as far as Pridham. Pridham steadies the ship and goes backwards to go forward. So they've kept that forward line open. Heitman's on at the 50. Ignores that option. Probably should have gone in there because Heitman had no one within 10 metres of him. And that could have been in the back, but not paid. Umpires obscured. We'll have a ball up 30 from home. So 59-point margin as we speak. And we're guessing that's only going to increase. Ball kicked out of defence. It's good work there at ground level by Serene. And that should be holding the ball, not paid. Umpire obscured again. We can see his direct line of vision. And we'll have a throw up on the right half forward flank for the Goodwood Saints.
So Iggies have come out with a bit of aggression. A couple of undisciplined things though. Pridham brings the ball into the middle. Louis Whitelock swings onto his left. Well smothered by Horner. Just to make up for his early indiscretion. But now he goes and nuts another player after the kick and he picks him up and says, I better just pull my head in a bit here. So...
Geez, he spent some petrol tickets there,
yeah,
Horner.
He's hurt himself as well, I think. So, Serene in a one-on-one out there. He picks the ball up, comes out, good his player.
Danger.
Johnson kicks the ball, big Cleland, good take. Tackled though, had a player right on his tail. So, scrambly play over there on the outer side, and we'll have a ball up now. It's good his players wrapped up, so, yeah, Horner. Smallest guy on the field, throwing his weight around a bit, and I think he came off second best there. So, nice tap from Goodies, but it goes to St. Old Iggies. there's going to be a free kick, and that will be... I'm not sure, actually. The ball's punched out of bounds there. No, it's going to stay in. Pridham. Quick handball to Serene. It's been handy, Serene. He kicks looking for the big fella in Cleveland, but goes over the back. Trying to clear now. What can Iggy's do? He just thumps it back into the middle of the ground. Pridham at the back, reads it well. And then he's caught one as well late, so getting a bit undisciplined and untidy here, old Iggy's. Another 25-metre penalty. And Charlie Pridham, actually he might be the smallest man on the ground, I think. So Pridham stabs a little one, looking for Cleland, but it's chopped off well. Spencer on the lead, competes well, has 3 to beat. Whitelock over to Holzbauer, the elusive Holzbauer. Good chase down by Horner, just put him off his kick, and Old Iggy's take the relieving mark, and there's a little bit going on in this game at the moment. So Heitman there, it's given away a 25-metre penalty. I think it's Elliot Mitchell now who has the ball. He's going to come inboard. Bad kick though over the top. Spencer there, tackle without it, and he'll get the free. So Quinn Spencer, bit ginger getting up. Just goes short now to Vander Jude. Oh, made it a bit hard for him. Whitelock there now. She's going to cleverly take that out of bounds. So just a few skill errors hurting Iggy's there going forward, and there'll be a throw in right in front of us.
Spencer looked like he had the confidence sucked out of him. Then he went wide to Vander Jude, and he should have gone forward. And that's what happens when players are lacking confidence. They'll go the option they shouldn't actually go. And that's the case there. So Big up against Rana. Rana gets the tap down towards Serene. Met heavily. A double tackle. And you know things are going to get a bit fiery when McCarthy's throwing his weight around. Ball thrown up, Rana up again. Good, gets his hands on it. Thrown out the back there was McCarthy. Serene comes towards him, has a bit of time on his hands. Goes towards Heitman. Cleverly pokes it over the boundary line. Had a great game this afternoon. Jacob Heitman, vice captain. I'll tell you what, Charlie Pridham has started this second half in scintillating form. Good tap there by Heitman, comes out the back. Sort of protecting the ball there with Scar, who didn't really necessarily want it. So Goody Saints with 1 goal in the first 9 minutes. Been good from Old Iggy so far to stem the flow. Holzbauer met heavily, and it's a free kick in his favour. So Holzbauer been instrumental off the half-back flank. Finds something on in the middle, and he's found Pridham. The little Prid dog gives it out wide. The running play goes into Gray. Gray darts one inside 50, not his best kick. So you're right, good forward pressure there by Ryan, and I think he's drilled him into the back. No, umpire says my ball. So, ball thrown up, please answer your phone. She does. Get the ball thrown up, and we'll have a repeat. No, the umpire's found a free kick. And it'll be in the favour of Old Iggy's. And I think it's Noah Layden who's being magnificent off half-back for the Old Iggy side.
Yeah, Layden been good. Finds a target as well. Got a beautiful left foot kick. Not sure where to go there, Lord. So he goes back out wide. So you can just see lack of confidence at the moment. No options up forward, and but somehow Iggy's have ended up with it here. So nice little kick.
Hard to see Pridham giving away a free kick in a marking contest.
I know, there's certainly not much of him. So Iggy's went in forward. Good smother. Burgess there. He's wrapped up. He's been pinged. Yeah,
he was there.
Yep, I think that was there. The umpire has been pretty good today. And just had it for too long. And finally, Iggy's are going to have a shot at goal with a very gettable position. So there's a blood rule here. I think it's Gray coming off.
Yeah, I think the player that's coming off is the one that received the holding the ball decision, the recipient. Okay. So that's why they've just thrown the ball around, and it's ended up in the lap of of Quinn Spencer, who, so yeah, it is, it's the tackler.
Yeah.
I think he might have copped the boot because it was a bit of a 720 and the boot might have got him at the 380 degree mark.
So,
Bad luck, they had a young Peter Dan Antokia, the son of Jerry.
yes, great Norwood player. So Quinn Spencer now on that lovely left foot of his. Deliberate approach, strolls in, straight through the middle. So, well done to Old Iggies. They get their second goal. So only the third goal the whole day, last 2 games for Iggy. So it's been a tough day at the office, but Quinn Spencer gets their second. So 2 goals, 3-15. Old Iggies trailing Goodwood Saints, who are 10-8, 88. We played just about into 13 minutes in this third quarter.
Yeah, I don't think they scored many in the C grade, so they've only got 3 in the A grade and B grade aggregate wise. And I think the Goodwood Saints have done the dishes in the A's, B's and C's. So back to the middle, and that main cricket pitch is starting to take a bit of a hammering. It's been churned up this afternoon. So Big coming off the not so big run up against Rana. Rana gets his hands on it. It's good work there at ground level by Big after being up in the ruck. Ball comes out of that contest and he's been given hold in the ball. Interesting decision. Maybe it was Kennedy who, pretty hard to tell these ponytails apart. Anyway, Rana right in the middle of the current Rolton Oval. He's got one out wide. And Jesse Johnson ignores that target. So Rana goes out wide to the right-hand side. Goes to Ryan, who's got 3 goals to his name. The wind just slightly picking up at ground level. It looks like he's going to drift to the right pocket. So Ryan, short kick inside 50. Unattended, there's Matthias and an uncontested mark. And easy as you like for the big man. They like to see players turn their back on that goal as they're walking back, and he eventually turns around. So Donaldson changing his ruck combination, and it's a very healthy combination today between Matthias and Rana. Haven't seen Cleland go into the centre square as of yet. So Matthias will kick from 40, left footer. Deliberate approach, lovely kick, but just pulls and fades to the left for a minor score on the Spool score, but it's Goodwood Saints 10-9, 69 to the Old Iggies 2-3-15. And we have a 54-point margin as we speak.
So Leyden kicks the ball in. Van der Jerd with an errant handball. He's looking for Edward Shaw. He fumbles it out and the ball goes out of bounds. So throw in. Goodies pressing again here, looking for their 11th goal. Rana and Big. Big gets his hand over it to Kennedy, and Kennedy's wrapped up in a strong tackle. It was Johnson. He just looks like he's hurt his wrist there. It was, yeah, so at it again. Big and Matthias. Kennedy's there. No, McCarthy it was, sorry. He slams the ball on the boot. Didn't have much of a Pridham, but he's been paid the mark. So, former Westies junior, Charlie Pridham, on the left boot. Goes out wide. 2-on-1, but oh, the one's one out. Big, is it Angus Rana, I think? Yeah. Big Angus Rana. Put those long arms up and he's clunked it in between 2 Old Iggies players. So, very good mark from Rana, and he'll have a shot from about 40 metres out on a pretty tight angle. Means sharpshooters today, Goodies. So let's see what the big fella Rana can do. In he comes. Looks pretty good off the boot. Looks very good. Straight through the middle. Big Rana. They haven't missed too many today on the set shots. And Big Rana with a beautiful kick gets Goodie Saints' 11th goal.
I've seen him shaky at times from set shots, Rana. He does kick multiple goals in games, but geez, that was a beautiful kick from the boundary. As we said, they're pretty narrow pockets here. And we've seen players kick them from all sorts of angles. And no breeze is a big factor this afternoon. So well done to Rana. Takes a seat. Done an excellent job. Not much of a like for like, as Fairley replaces him at the half-forward flank. So Matthias up against Big, gets the tap down in the Johnson direction. Comes out the back to Charlie Pridham. He's had a stack of it this quarter. Oliver Johnson goes out wide. Probably wasn't his intended target there, but scooped off. Dangerous position on the ground. No mark taken and well held up there by Johnson in the end. And we'll go back to exactly where we started 30 seconds earlier. Tejas, right hand this time, comes out the back to Heitman. Heitman gets the advantage, played on. Kick to half forward towards Ryan. Played very, very well, the young fella. That's the only indiscretion he's had. He's kicked that straight into the man of the mark. Kennedy dishes off, gives it to that's your half back now. Comes towards Burgess, taken strongly in the tackle. Strong tackling there by Edward Davies. Good tap over the top there from Big. Comes out to Murdoch, gets his kick away only as far as Holzbauer. It looks like he's trying to play rugby. Anyway, the free kick's been given. I reckon he's just about done his string in the process there, Edward Davies. Maybe a bit of third quarter cramp. 60 points the margin on the Sportal scoreboard. Play on, it should be. Yeah, the umpire finally calls it. Finds a player on this grandstand side. And that is Edward Jones. So Jones kicks inside 50, looking for Quinn Spencer. Pretty good contest, couldn't take the mark. Ball comes towards Horner. Been busy all day. Has got some angry pills as well. Goes to Spencer. Scoops one over the top to Kennedy. Loves to kick a goal. Ends up going to the hot spot. Pridham's out the back. And if they get it, no, they can't. He plays it nicely. And it's play on. So some smart work there. Goes back to, they switched that play, over the far side. Some clever kicking. And get the ball to Whitelock at the centre wing.
So Whitelock pumps it into a one-on-one. And it's a good kick to the advantage of Lockie Ryan, who's kicked 3 already today. It's just a bit too far out here. He'll put it straight out in front of Cleland. Beautiful kick. He slipped his opponent. Not sure what happened there, but found 5-10 metres and a beautiful kick from Lockie Ryan just out in front, and Cleland gifted a mark.
I just watched Edward Shaw there in the contest, and he got wrong-footed, and in the end, it's almost like he did a knee injury in the process. But Cleland, kudos to him.
So Cleland, this will be for number 4. Spoke about him early in the game as one to watch. Comes in, leans back, and sneaks it through. Cleland gets his 4th. Goodies get their 12th. So 12 goals, 9 now. Goodies Saints, 81. Lead Old Iggy's 2-3-15. And good finish by Cleland. Likely type. And that's 4 for the big fella up forward.
Yeah, 66-point margin on the Sportal scoreboard. With Goodwood Saints doing all the damage and continuing to build on their lead, which is impressive. Not many sides have got the luxury to have a 200-centimetre forward up there, and Cleland's done all the damage this afternoon with 4 goals. Back to the middle.
You just said the luxury of Matthias, Rana, Cleland. They got plenty of tools. Plenty of them to go through the ruck.
It's interesting because it's not a big man's day as far as weather's concerned. So Matthias goes up, gets his left paw on it again. Good work by Ridgewell in the centre of the ground. Comes out the back here. Half back flank to Alfred. Haven't seen him in the ruck too often this afternoon, Alfred. Gets his kick again. And does it stay in? I think it's been touched. It has. Anderson couldn't quite guard the ball. There's the son of Jerry down here, Tokia Peter. Just smashed the ball over the boundary line. So entering time on, 3rd term premiership quarter. No premierships will be won between these two sides this year, but at least Goodwood Saints will stay up in Division 1. Oh, met harshly there was Burgess. Got pummeled in the contest. Ball comes out to Whitelock. Here passes to Ridgewell. He's got to switch on. Goes to Lynch. Same number. Same hair as the Tom Lynch from the Crows in St Kilda. So they got the switch on. Pridham's out wide. Very handy third term. Finds one on the 45 and Thomas Lynch again. So he's getting his super coach points up. Finds one in the middle in Mason Ellis. Queuing up here, Broadview. Good work by Matthias on the far side. He's tackled. No voice for the contest. And on goes Spencer. And immediately the ball's turned over to Thomas Lynch at the half-back line.
So a few possessions for Lynch here. He kicks a nice ball out to another one of Goody's 200 game players in Skara. He kicks it nicely out in front to Burgess. Burgess to Ryan on the lead. And Lockie Ryan, once again, presenting well up forward. He's been dangerous today, Lockie Ryan.
Yeah, he's been off the chain and he's been very, very dangerous.
He's kicked 3 goals. This one will test him, but we've seen Goodies today kick some very good goals from sharp angles. So, Lockie Ryan, what can he do? Swings out onto the right boot.
Oh, nice.
Looks pretty good. Coming back. I think it's gone through for a goal. It has, all clear. It's a bit of a lull there. I wasn't sure what. There was no clapping or anything there. It was all quite silent, but just snuck in. It had a bit of left to right about it. Lockie Ryan's got 4 as well now. He joins Cleland with 4. And Goody Saints continue to march on. They've got 13 now. 13-9, 87. To Old Iggy's 2-3-15. Played 23 minutes.
So the silent assassin, Lachlan Ryan, with some healthy left to right action. And slots through his 4th. So back to the middle, 23 gone, third term. This time it'll be Rana up against Big as Matthias leaves the field. Been impressive this afternoon in the ruck. Good work by Rana. Big gets a hand pass out to open space. Ellis caught in the contest. No free kick given. Good work there by Johnson. Ball goes to half forward. Going through there was Skara. They flick it out there. Got one over the top. Probably not the best option to go to Murdoch. Murdoch gets on his skates quickly. Goes inside 50 looking for Spencer. Juggles it and takes it on the second attempt. And Spencer will line up for his second. The most dangerous target inside 50 for Old Iggy's this afternoon. And as we've mentioned on many occasions, he's got a beautiful looking left peg on him. And I don't like players turning their back to the play. As a full forward myself, always keep your eye on that goal and adjust for the wind, although there's not much out there this afternoon. So Quinn Spencer enters the tarmac. Got the DK Lillard run up. Winding up now. Beautiful looking kick off the boot. And unfortunately it's on the narrow side. And he registers behind. So 2-4-15. They've just given the point to Old Iggy's. They have to take that one back. Off they go.
So Gray to Johnson. Jesse, that is. Good plunk over there by Cleland. It's been good. He now pumps it towards the 50. Holding on there. Maybe he's unlucky not to get the free Goodies. Handball, Aaron. I think he's going to get a free kick just over the shoulder there and Layden. Had a handy first half. Certainly not their worst player today, Iggy. So Layden. Good use of the body by Goodies player, but couldn't take the mark. Gets back up and wraps up the Old Iggy's player in a tackle. So there'll be a throw up. Just forward of centre for Old Iggy's. Trailing by big margin. Handball comes out now. It might be Ridgewell or Heitman. Contest there. 4 players. Pack and the ball goes out of bounds. So scrappy little couple of minutes. Approaching 3/4 time. Goody's pressing for another. Throw in. Rana flicks it over the back. Iggy's player didn't have it. Ball spills out to Holzbauer. He can be damaging. He goes forward. There's our man Ryan, who's been dangerous. Just gets pushed out the way then. Well played. by young Rice.
I think
And
he's given deliberate.
He's given, yeah, interesting.
No, he hasn't.
Last touch, was it? Or?
Yeah.
So, Rice won that one-on-one with Ryan. Kicks out wide. It's all Goody Saints there. Takes the mark, the big fella, was it Rayner, I think, and now Rayner finds Holzbauer. So maybe just outside his range. There's a bit of a breeze that starts to pick up a bit here, so he's going to have a shot now, though, because there's the three-quarter time siren. So the skipper, Benny Holzbauer, wasn't originally named on our sheet, so not sure if he came in late or not, but it was just a misprint. So in comes Holzbauer. Just inside 50, gives it a roost. Looks pretty good. Great connection. That's an excellent goal. Big kick. 49 metres out. And on the siren, Holzbauer puts another dagger into Old Iggy's. So, great goal. Benny Holzbauer, skipper's goal.
So the captain's goal on the siren there for Holzbauer and extending the lead there for the Goodwood Saints, and on the three-quarter time siren. I don't think we've had to catch up with the scoreboard, but it should read 15-9-99 to 2-4-16. We'll quickly go through the goal kickers for both sides. And Cleland with 4, also 4 to Ryan, 2 to Rana in the ruck. Singles to Fairley, Anderson, Johnson and Holzbauer. And for Old Iggy's, there's only 2 goal scorers this afternoon. One is Tom Vanderjude and Quinn Spencer. We'll get that scoreboard updated very shortly, but we'll come back with the final quarter action after these key messages. Quarter action underway. Rana gets down to Johnson. Johnson looks like he's found Ellis on that other side there. Booms it inside 50. Not his best kick this afternoon. So they should clear here, Old Iggy's. Thumping ball forward, ends up in the direction of Horner. Goes towards Pridham now. Pridham gets the 1-2. No, doesn't get it back. Some good work by Ellis. Goes out to Holzbauer, who kicked the goal right on the sign here of the third term. Plays on, squares it up on the 45, finds Pridham. Bit of a lack of respect for the little jockey. Gets on his bike, wobbly old kick inside 50, and it's picked off here. Looks like by Layden. So Layden plays on, goes out in the direction of Lord. No mark taken by him or Murdoch. And Murdoch punches the ball out of play. Fair differentiation between the weight and height of Murdoch and Pridham. And the ball will be thrown in right in front of our broadcast box. Have to throw it in a country mile to get to these two ruckmen. So good tap at the back there to Rada. Alfred's gone in the ruck. Good kick by Heitman. Can't take a mark there, was Cleland. So Layden planes up again. And the ball meets all comers. Right in front of William Naylor. We'll have a throw in. We've got no timer on the Sportal scoreboard thus far.
So throw in. Goodies have done well in the ruck here. They've had some good little set plays. This time Rana's edged out of it though. Ball spills back to him though. His hurried kick forward's going to go out of bounds. So Rice will take the last possession free kick. As I was saying, Rana and Matthias combined well with Heitman. So wobbly kick from Rice. It's going to go straight to Pridham. He's getting plenty of the ball. Charlie Pridham out to Serene. Serene to Whitelock. Just mucking around with it a little bit. Over handballing there, Goodies. And Pridham will take that out of bounds. So one too many handballs there. Try to get a bit clever. Throw in. Big Rana. And this time Maxi Alfred. Just talking to his grandparents in the grandstand. Last captain charges through. Brad Jones. Heitman now. Working hard there with Dan Tokia. Slipping over there though in that greasy middle cricket pitch area. There's a couple of players. Dan and Tokia. He scrubs himself off and there'll be a throw up. So Alfred and Rana. Rana whacks it out to Serene. Serene, quick kick, good kick to the advantage side of Dykesman. Dykesman now approaches 50. Let's launch over the back. Ryan. Ball beats him. Thought he's going to take a hanger there. Had a bit of a sit. But just over the back. And Iggy's bring the ball back in.
So not his best kick out of that defensive line. And Elliot Mitchell playing to the whistle. And eventually the umpire's had enough. Took an eternity to blow his whistle there.
They played plenty of holding the balls today, haven't they? Sometimes not much prior, but so as long as they're consistent.
Yeah, Pridham at right half forward. Never been close to the best player in this second half. Darts a ball inside 50 to the hot spot. Tries to draw Cleland from the goal square. And Ryan ambitiously kicks the ball out on the full, looking for his fifth. I'm sure he's trying to get a bag full this afternoon. He's got 4 to his name. That was in an unlikely position there to kick a goal. So Iggy's, can they win one quarter on the scoreboard? Been pretty disappointing at home. Goes the old torpedo and unattended there, uncontested. It's Thomas Lynch. Gets on his bike and goes to Heitman. Been one of their best players this afternoon. Consistent performer, the vice-captain. Long, damaging kick towards Cleland. Can't take the mark. No support where as a crummer is concerned. And old Iggy should clear. So they're right half back. Drills a low ball towards Spencer. Going on the second attempt. Good contest in the end. Neither player could take the mark and they stream away. Long ball inside 50. Cleland in the box seat. And the big man's taken a strong mark uncontested on his chest. And will line up for his 5th from about 25 from home.
Yeah, so he just must have edged out Iggy's player there because he slipped him again, Cleland. And Iggy's player was saying to the umpire he might have been grabbed, but...
It's on a bit of a hiding to nothing against the big man. And Cleland's had it all his own way, so... Cleland with 13 goals heading into this contest. Looking to kick his 5th major for this afternoon. Deliberate approach. Leans back at the pivotal phase. Umpire moves to his left and he's registered it behind. So lets him off the hook, and on the Sporter scoreboard 14-10-94 to 2-4-16.
Just watching big Matthias down there.
78 point margin.
Sorry, Matt, I just saw big Matthias limping there. I think he may be done for the day as Leyden brings the ball back in for Iggy's, but the ball spills to Holzbauer. He's got clean skills. Classy player, the skipper. He just hits up Dykschman on the lead. And their forward 50 entries have certainly been far superior to Old Iggy's today.
Yeah, Matthias, he came off late in that 3rd term and it looks like he might have done some damage to his knee, his left knee.
Yeah, he was hobbling badly trying to do a little run there, and I think they're icing him up and he's done for the day. So Dykschman, in he comes, straight through the middle. Another beautiful goal from around 45 metres out. So Goodies continue on their merry way. And Dykschman gets his 1st for the afternoon. So great kick from Holzbauer. He's been a good player as well for Goodies. You think, is that not been updated? Maybe 16-10, is that now?
No, it has been updated.
Has been, sorry, 15-10, 100. They've got to 100 points here. And Old Iggy's on 2-4-16.
So back to the middle. Rana up against Big. Ball comes to ground. Good day for a mudlark out here this afternoon because that's plenty of action in the middle of the Karen Rolton Oval.
Certainly suited the likes of Pridham and Heitman, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has. Bit of a toss-up between those two for the Roll of the Dice Media Player of the Year award. He'll receive an Archie's pair of thongs and a dartfish beanie at the conclusion of this clash. Work out of that contest. Ball slammed inside 50. Murdoch can't take the mark. Comes out towards that man Pridham. But a magnificent afternoon goes to Ellis. Ellis has got a player down the line there and finds his chest, and Dykschman just kicked the most recent goal and the only goal of this final term. Heitman's on short and there could be a free downfield. No, so Cleland's given away the free kick. Looked like it was going the other way. So Cleland on the goal square gives one, and there's another free downfield that could have been given. So Murdoch and Lynch clash horns. Anyway, it's with Spencer. Kicks down the line. Smart mark and punch away there from Holzbauer, who's just beginning to cramp up, the captain. Kicking a magnificent goal on the 3/4 time siren. So both throwing in. Left half forward for Old Iggy's. Good tap there by Rana. Gets in the direction of Heitman. Bollocks his way through. And he's not going anywhere. We'll have a ball up right in front of our broadcast box here.
So some more niggle off the ball here. Cleland's involved. He's got to be careful not to reverse it because Connor Fairley's got the peel for Goodies, about 70 out. Plenty of movement. He's going to go for Cleland. Good option. The big fella slipped his opponent, Cleland. We've seen he's got great hands. And he's taken the mark about 45, 50 metres out from goal. So his opponent, I think it's Edward Shaw, a bit proppy.
Just off the ball here, looks like Holzbauer's getting a bit of pickle juice on the boundary line. Trying to get rid of his cramp. back with Cleland.
So here goes Cleland for number 5. Had a shot moments ago. Sometimes just leans back a little bit, but that looks beautiful off the boot. That's straight through the middle. That's 5 for Cleland. Only just got there in the end, but he's had a good day. Big JD Cleland been a real presence up there, and they've struggled for a match-up with him. He's just been too tall, the big arms, and he's clunked a few and he's led well, and Goodies have kicked the ball well to him as well. So 16 goals, Goodies go to 16-10-106. Lead Old Iggies, who are stagnant on 2-4-16.
So 90-point margin on the Sportal scoreboard. Not too sure how many minutes have gone. We've lost that off the Sportal scoreboard for the 4th quarter. Back to the action. So Tim Big up against Rana. Rana reaches right over the top of him. Kicked off the ground there was Heitman. Ball goes towards Ellis on that far side. Some strong tackling there by the Iggies defence. Comes out towards Pridham, and he can't keep the ball in play, and it's smothered off his hands, and we'll go for a throw-in. About 55 from home for Goodwood, who are continuing to pepper the goals. Still hungry for more, which is great to see. Try and finish their season on a good note. So round 17, Goodwood Saints will have Port Districts at home and finish off the season against Broadview away. Now the umpire's found a free kick. Is that Scar on the far side there? The ball in hand?
Yeah, I reckon that is.
So Scara looking for his first goal this afternoon. Player on the mark is at about 40 metres out, and it looks like he's got some meterage on the mark there.
He looks like a left footer, so I don't think it is Scara.
Hard to tell.
I don't know if he's a left footer Scara, but
It's got the distance. Should be punched through. Not quite there. Still in play. Ryan a little bit dangerous with his tackle. It's a push in the back. Some good work at ground level. Goes back to Ryan looking for his 5th as well. Cleveland caught behind in the contest. Punches it towards the boundary line. Looked like a throwback in the play. And the umpire has found a free kick, and there'll be a free kick in the back pocket on that far side.
and it was Scara, sorry, you're right, Matty. Yeah, he's a left footer, so yeah.
So right back pocket, pretty stagnant view from that back pocket, mind you. Short kick on. Oi! Heitman over the top, almost takes the mark. Umpire paid that free kick. Ball goes towards Spence. Strong Jukes, can't take the mark. Some good work there by the Goodwood defence. Held up really well all day. Thumps it back inside 50 in the direction of Cleveland. The big man can't take the mark. And they're queuing up at ground level as well. Good strong tack on the footy on that far side. Couldn't take the pill with him. And it trickles out of play. And the left half forward flank for the Goodwood Saints.
So Goodwood doing all the attacking here. I haven't really seen the ball go into the forward 50 of Old Iggies yet in this quarter, and we would have played 8 to 10 minutes, I'd say. So Rana up against Big. Oh, could be pushed in the back. No. So there'll be a stoppage just outside 50 for Goodwood Saints. I reckon they might be targeting another few goals, try and get around that 20 goal mark today. So Johnson, good little tap from Rana. On the left foot, Scara, out wide, onto the advantage side, and I think it's Cleland's got it again. So Jay Cleland having a very good day. He's going to swing around onto his right boot here. You see the AFL players do this very well, very effectively. So Cleland swings around, it's coming back, but not enough, and across the face of goal, through for a point. So Cleland's tally stays at 5.
So the vice-captain Kennedy plays on immediately. He's got Horner out wide as well as Lord. And I think Burgess, just with the height disadvantage, just reached in on the right arm of Lord. Gets paid the free kick. Hasn't had a great afternoon. Puts Horner under some unnecessary pressure. Goes back to Layden. Layden gets onto his left boot. Only got Spencer at home Can't take the mark. Good work there by Burgess, who's pushed back. So queuing up in defence, Burgess again, getting involved with this. Pridham's on as well. So Whitelock decides to go his own way, and that's straight down the throat of Dykesman. So Dykesman at the top of the 50. He's going to go back and have a goal. So Dykesman, he's about 45 from home. He's going to have to kick from outside the paint. Leading into this clash, Ryan Dykesman had 12 goals to his name as the second leading goal kicker for the Saints this season. Plays around the man of the mark, sells some eye candy, but unfortunately he's pulled it too far to the left for a minor score. And 16-12, 108 to 2-4, 16 on the sportive scoreboard. I'll eventually get it out. And a very handy 84-point margin in favour of Goodwood Saints.
So Layden brings the ball back in, finds Rice, I think it is over there. So Rice now out there looking for Kennedy. Ball's punched. Actually, it might have been Tim Big because Kennedy's running over there now. So out of bounds. Goody's running this game out very strongly. Throw in. Rana gets the ball down. Iggy's player there, McCarthy, I think it is, working hard. Scrappy play. Handball gets shot out the back. Tommy Anderson kicks that one off the ground in front of Lockie Murphy, and I think he just beat him to the boundary line. So Old Iggy's will bring the ball back in. Just can't get it out of there. D50 at the moment. Short kick, but over the head. Falls into the arms there of Kennedy maybe. He's tackled. Big pack of players again around the ball, and there'll be another ball up just outside of Goody's 50. 28 shots to 6. So it's been a bit of a demolition job today. So Rana being good in the ruck. This time it's going to be cleared. I think that might be Elliot Mitchell. He pumps it forward. On the lead there, ran over it. Good tackle though, Brad Jones. Backed up well, just got wrong-footed with a bad bounce, but followed up on his second effort and tackled well there. So he's moved forward, Jones. I think he was on Cleveland earlier. So in the ruck, Murdoch, uncontested. Pridham slips over, goes back. Gives the handball to Serene. Serene handballs over, and Thomas Ryan takes it over bounds, out of bounds. So 70 metres out from Iggy's goal. Haven't been down their end at all, hardly this quarter. So they'd like to get a third goal here. Something to give the fans to cheer about. So McCarthy it was, who got it out to Nader. Nader goes forward, but Goody Saints mop up through Jesse Johnson. He goes out wide, he's got Ellis. Sits nicely for Ellis. Little kick on the left. Dykesman, he's found plenty of space this quarter. Not sure he's manning up on him. Burgess is there. Sorry, he gives a handball out wide. Fairley. Swings around, he's put it through. It's Connor Fairley, is it?
Yep.
Blue boots, yeah, Connor Fairley. He gets his second goal, so opportunist goal. So Goodies keep the pressure on here and pop through their 7/8. The margin closing in on 100 points.
It's a good work by Serene in the half-back flank there to start that charge.
Yeah, him and Holzbauer are very likely types. Move well, don't they? So
yeah,
give them good rebound from defence.
There's been a few witches' hats out there, particularly in the second half, unfortunately. 20-point margin at quarter time, out to 52 at the half, and 77 points at three-quarter time, and we're looking at a 98-point margin. About halfway through this final term, Goodwood Saints will be very happy to take the points home and guarantee their top flight in 2024. Heitman been at the height of his game all afternoon. Been a terrific performer for the Goody Saints in the middle. Comes back to Heitman again. Goes to that man Pridham. They've dominated this afternoon, Heitman and Pridham. Gets at the half forward. Ridgewell uses his strength. Bustles out of the contest. Cleland, nice little scoop off the ground to Fairley. 2 in a minute to Fairley. Slots through his third. And the slaughtering continues here at the Karen Rolton. And they've raised the bat for the 100-point margin. So on the Sportal scoreboard, 18-12, 120. 2-4-16, 104 whopping points on the Sportal scoreboard. I guess the hardest thing for us to decide today is whether Heitman gets the 3 or Pridham gets the 3.
Yeah, both.
And probably who gets the 1. It's probably the hardest one, but it's been a demolition derby here at the Karen Rolton.
Yeah, Pridham and Heitman combining well there. Just keep running. Pridham just runs all day. And he's been very good. And then we've got a couple of good forwards as well that have kicked 5 and 4 in Cleland and Ryan. So ball's back in the middle. Ridgewell slips over. Good tackle there though by Burgess. So still hungry here, Goody Saints. They want more blood.
Tell you what, Fairley's had a good lick of the ice cream in the last quarter.
Yes.
2 sneaky goals.
Yes, he's been very dangerous, showed his class. Ellis, he's been pretty good today as well.
He has.
This time on the left foot, just slices away. Picked up there by Iggy's. They go forward. It's Lord out there with the bandaged head. Goes over the back. Hard to pick up there. Lord's in there tackling. Or maybe Dan and Tocky. They've both got their heads bandaged. So on to Whitelock now. He pumps it forward. Couple of one-on-ones there. I think Rice gets the ball though. Short little kick. Now Iggy's going to bring it through the middle to Layden. Layden, being one of Iggy's better players. Dangerous kick to the middle. Holzbauer comes across the front. Jesse Johnson, they're going to get a free though. Advantage paid. Horner. Low ball. Great hands. Brad Jones, he's been moved forward and under a lot of pressure from Lynch there. He's clunked the mark, a really good pressure mark. Sorry, Edward Shaw. So it was a Shaw that was on Cleland and he's moved forward now. So Edward Shaw it is. Apologies. He's going to shoot from around 45 metres out. So he would love something to cheer about here. Get a third goal. In comes Shaw. Looks good. Umpire moves a bit. Sees right, but he snuck it in. So well done, Goody Saints. Well done, Old Iggies. They get their third goal. Good build-up. Horner, advantage was paid, and a low skimming ball and a great mark to Shaw.
Yeah, it's probably one of their best patches of play for this afternoon for the home side, the Old Iggies. Haven't had much to write home about, particularly on the scoreboard, but yeah, they had some really good campaigners down back. The likes of Layden and Nader. Kennedy's been serviceable in the middle. Big hasn't given up, although he's been belted a bit from pillar to post in the middle. But it's good to see Thomas Ryan in the guts as well. So Rana comes towards Ellis. Some strong tackling by him. Ridgewell almost takes out his own teammate with a bit of friendly fire. Ends up in the hands of Ridgewell. Quickly whacks it on his boot. And I think that is Bradley Jones who's gone back.
Maxie Alford.
Maxie Alford, is it? Back there?
Yeah.
He's back on. So here it is in the hands of, should be Nader. Goes to McCarthy. McCarthy looking for Horner. Gets a little slightly tunnel there by Serene, but nothing paid by the umpire. A bit of a stalemate in the middle of the Karen Rolton Oval. So she's almost good night Irene here at the Karen Rolton. Good work there. Team up with Lord. Goes out to Layden. Can't quite get that ball as far as he'd like. And a nice punch out there by Whitelock. So the Sting well and truly out of this one. And a nice little drive home for the Goodwood Saints. Be happy with their charges. Comes out towards McCarthy from this throw in, and he's quite happy to see it run out of play. One healthy sign we've seen this afternoon is a lack of sirens entering the Royal Adelaide Hospital. Quite often we've been here with sirens going crazy. Fortunately, we haven't seen any of them this afternoon, which has been a good thing. Comes out towards Davies. Only finds the chest of Whitelock, so Whitelock switches immediately. He's got Holsbauer out wide. He's had an excellent game, the captain. Going in with the one hand there was Luders. Eventually falls in his favour. And I've got Pridham in the middle. Been running around like an unregistered dog this afternoon, Pridham. Finds a player out wide in Scara. Scara's a bit undecided. Goes for home and over the back. I think we've got a paid mark to Heitman. So Heitman's just slotted a little bit forward and tough kick. Goalpost height. He's claimed it, but it's a point. Tough kick. Tough decision for the umpire then. So margin is 99 points on the Sportal scoreboard, deep in the this final quarter.
So Layden to bring it back in. Oh, he shanked that kick. I think he might have kicked the ground a little bit then. Uncharacteristic error from him. Picked up by Burgess, he's tackled. Pink holding the ball. So good tackle. Now ball's back to Layden. He might have just about been their best today, Layden. Gets it over to Jones. The short kick on here. Nader. Very stagnant here. So William Nader just goes long down the wing, looking for Big, and Rayner's got him over the shoulder. Jones plays on to advantage. 2 on 2 up there. In front was Serene, couldn't mark it. Lynch is back there. And the ball's socket towards the goal off of the Old Iggy's player, and Goody Saints will bring it back in through Scara. So Scara out wide. Finds Gray. Gray, there's our man again, Pridham. Must be closing in on 30-odd possessions. Handball over to Holsbauer. Some loose players here. Whitelock now. Another loose player down the ground in Cleland. He's up the ground a bit. It's out 70 metres out. Swings onto the right boot. On the lead is Heitman, and he's taken the mark. Have they paid it? They have paid it, so Heitman on the lead. Good build up there from Goody Saints, and does this goal give him the honours for best on, or does it go to Pridham?
No, I think all-round performance. Pridham's been the best player in the second half, but Heitman's been the most consistent all day.
So Heitman, 45 out, just leant back on that one, and well across the face of goal. Hits the point post on the fall, so out on the fall. So that ends the game here. A dominant one. Goody Saints 18-13, 121 to Old Iggy's 3-4-22, a 99-point margin.
Yeah, very convincing demolition in the end, and unfortunately for Old Iggy's, they've got one more game at Division 1 level at home before they finish off their season at Brighton in round 18. For those Goodwood Saints fans, you've got 2 games remaining. Home at Port District next week, and they'll play away against Broadview in the last round of the season. It's been a magnificent performance this afternoon for the Goodwood Saints. 18-13, 121 to 3-4-22. As we mentioned, a 99-point margin, and we'll quickly go through those goal kickers with the home side first. Edward Shaw getting his first goal for the game in the final quarter, and singles to Tom Vanderjude and Quinn Spencer. And for the winners, there's a stack of goals in the score sheet here. Cleland with 5, Ryan with 4, Connor Fairley with 3, including 2 in the last term, Rana with 2 in the ruck. Singles to Holsbauer, Dykesman, Tom Anderson and Oliver Johnson. Well, who do we give the 3 to in the end?
Yeah, well, You're leaning towards Hypeman. I was leaning towards Pridham, but mate, it's a toss of the coin. I think we'll go with you, Matty. I'm happy to back you in on this one.
All right, so those viewers at home, we won't give you the whole 3-2-1 for Roll the Dice Meter Award for the Player of the Year, but we'll definitely go with Hypeman with the 3, and Pridham can have the 2. And you'll have to listen to our weekly footy show for the remaining 1 vote. So well done to the Vice Captain and Jacob Hypeman, who gets the big 3 this afternoon, and he'll receive a Dartfish beanie and an Archie pair of thongs. Good performances there from Layden and Nader down back in particular for the Old Iggies, but a plethora of stars right across the field and a very dominant performance.
Yeah, a lot of good players for Goodwood today. Their half-backs played well. Benny Holzbauer, Arian Serene was important, as we've mentioned. Hypeman was. Dykesman had some good periods. Mason Ellis had a lot of the ball on the wing. Connor Fairley up forward, along with Lockie Ryan and Jay Cleveland, all multiple goal kickers. Charlie Pridham, obviously we mentioned him as well, and Rana and Matthias had some good moments in the ruck and teamed up well with some of the guys on the ball. So yeah, lots of good players, a real good team effort from Goodies with a lot of contributors, and they'll be very pleased with their big win today.
Yeah, if it was a junior grade, there'd be the old school all play well, but not to be. But thanks to you for joining us for this round 16 clash. 2 games remaining with the Adelaide Footy League for this season. A big thank you to our broadcast partners, Filming Footy and Sports Interactive. Also, big thank you to Sportal for their magnificent scoreboard, Dartfish and Archies, Bianco for the Mark of the Week, and ORTC, as well as the Adelaide Footy League, Buddy Bet, Farmers Leap Winery, Roll the Dice. You've all been magnificent, and thank you very much for all of your support. You can catch us live at a ground and a venue sometime next week. Looking forward to bringing you all the action. Thanks for joining us.